Okay, so this video is talking about depression. The last video was the trauma. They are related and linked. So one of the big things is depression, it usually comes or stems from trauma. We'll talk about that in a different video. One of the big things that I've noticed from my experience with depression and from my experience in working in environments and talking to people and just getting just everyday life is like depression probably never go away in some people's lives, and it's usually chronic, so it would probably stay for like a lot of years, and it could impact people differently, and it impacts people in different ways. So that's something to take note of, and sort of like we'll look at that over a different period, over a period of time. We'll just talk about like the breakdown of the different variations of it and how it impacts people. So that's first of all. Secondly, with everything can be treated. You see, everything can be addressed or approached. So, for example, depression is usually one of the main sort of like doctors would be like through walking, exercise as well, and counselling, and then medication. So those would be the areas that you probably approach it with, and it's the areas most people are more happy with. Not a lot of people like tackling it through counselling, and it's like it's a bit of a it's a bit like I got depression, and then whenever you say that too, well, if we try counselling, they kind of create barriers and block it. Now, the other area I want to address, mostly in this video, is to help depression, and it might seem sort of counterintuitive, especially to a lot of people who are depressed, is work. Work helps. I currently out of work at the moment, and I'm waiting for my new job to start. I've worked for several years. I find work is very beneficial because it allows you, first of all, it gives you like a nudge to get up a certain time, to go out a certain time, to be there for however long you have to be there for, to work with other people, to engage your mind and to be productive for like a certain, for at least 8 hours a day or less, depends on the type of job you're doing. I mean, so it gives you that stability. It does take your mind off a lot of your own problems and issues, and that's probably where the stem of probably a lot of your depression is based on. You have friendship a lot of time in work. You find some of your closest friends are work colleagues, and you find that you get closer to, and you can connect and bond with it. Like, friendship is another way of sort of form. Friendship is sort of temporary. Could be seen as sort of temporary counselling, but it's not counselling. But you can sort of then lead it to counselling. I mean, it's not a game. It's not a be and all and all thing. So counselling is, I think, really beneficial. Now, one of the arguments would be is a lot of jobs can be sort of the actual problem. A lot of jobs could be the reason why you're probably depressed, or a lot of reasons, or it could be the trigger for that. Could be the issue. So then we have to look at why is jobs causing depression, and why. What it is, how do we change that? So I would say the main sort of reasons for job causing depression is like, first of all, the colleagues and your working environment. Now, yeah, I did say colleagues can be good friends and dear friends and really close, but also colleagues can rub it their own way and cause division and difficulty. Now that's going to come in any job. That's, you can't avoid that, and that's not just in work, but in every separate life you're going to meet or bump into people that you're not going to agree with. So that's part of life. So it's, you have to kind of get on that. That's the one thing, and it could be the environment and the type of work it is. So you were working into a different certain environment, and you're not coping with that environment. That then sort of you feel inadequate and you don't feel that you're able to do the work. This leads to the next one. Your skill level, your ability, and if you're actually able to do the job. And if you're going into a job and you feel like you're overwhelmed, and if you're going into a job and you feel like you have the skills for it, or you feel like you're sinking in. I've been there. I've been in jobs where I don't have. I've been in sales, for example. I'm not a salesperson. I've done it. I can do it, but it's not in me. It's all like friend in work before, he said, like a football player, you have different levels, different abilities. I can play five-a-side football with some mates, but I'll never be a professional footballer. Because there's some abilities within me that I have to meet. Now, if I went back and back in time and started at 5 or 6, and I trained at that stage and I worked myself up, I probably could build the skills and develop in that area. But that wasn't clearly there when I was that age. Those desires, that skill ability wasn't there. Now, that's just an example. A lot of us have abilities or disabilities. Like I have dyslexia. That's something I can definitely say, and I've the depression. Now with the dyslexia, there's abilities within it, and disabilities within it. So the abilities can overstimulate my mind with a lot of thinking, thoughts and creative thoughts, and then that leads to distraction, which then leads to brain fog. You see, there's spiral, there's connections. Right? That's the same with work. You work in an environment, so you have abilities that you can achieve. Not everybody can achieve, and there's abilities you can't. There's abilities you can achieve that other people can. This maybe the answer, solution to it would be training, to train yourself to be able to, or looking at career path and saying, is there other jobs that you're better suited to, and then seeing how to get into those jobs. Like, so you might have to train, you might have the ability in there, but you might have to train to get certificates to get into that work. But then that would come down to evaluation. So evaluating yourself, and you go, I'm depressed. How am I supposed to evaluate yourself? And you get just one of the ways would probably be journaling, taking notes. If you have a journal, I don't have to do this, that's why I do videos. And then the other way is to probably speak to a friend and evaluate yourself. And they can confirm it, say, I think I'm good at this, and they can go, yes, that's right, I agree with that. Now, I've got a final point, and this is where I could hit home. We are now entering in a different age, and a new age of AI technology, and you go, what's that going to do with depression? Well, AI technology is entering the workforce. It's coming into the working environment, and if you go into the working environment, then it could impact jobs, having work. Now, one of the big factors or big problems with depression is you can see depression in yourself. You go, I've got depression. I don't want to work for a corporate entity. I don't want to work for people, and I don't want to work because of the depression. You go, well, look, depression, I can't work. Okay. But as the whole point of the video is, work helps to overcome depression. But if that's their mindset and you're going into something, then you're going to approach something like a job or a career with on the wrong foot, and you're going to say, I've got this illness, I've got this depression, it's not going to work for me, and somebody's going to look at that, and you're going to struggle to probably get your foot in the door, so it's probably struggle to work, because it's going to, you feed your thoughts, your thoughts feed what you say. So you tell yourself, I'm not doing this because of depression, I can't do that because of depression, I'm not and you say that, then you don't show up, I'm going to be late, you're late, and then you have a reason, you're struggling, so I depression, so I can't get out of bed today, whatever. But we need to sort of say, I've got depression, and the way to help my depression is to work, and to do that I need to take the work that's going, and if I know that sort of goes against the other thing I'm saying, but like, take the work that's going until, so you probably get the training you need, look at the other revenues, different multiple revenues out there that you can take that probably is better suited to yourself, even if it's something, it could be delivery person, it could be working in a restaurant, it could be working in an office, it could be reception, it could be anything that you could probably do. There's multiple jobs out there for you to take, to try, and then if that mindset continues and you go into that mindset, then you have to then go, what else do I need to look to address this? Because if we don't look at this, if we're not talking about this, if we're not addressing this, there's companies out there who are wanting to push this technology into the workforce, and the jobs won't be there. Look what happened with with Elon Musk's sort of like conference, and he had robots serving at this big conference. There's AI generated stuff which and does a lot of work for people. You can get them to do a job for you on your phone. And there's more stuff that's just coming through more rapidly, and you kind of go, oh, that's down in the future, but it's not. It's like 5 years away. So if you're thinking depression is something I need to take control of and I need to manage, you need to manage it you need to manage it and say, I need to manage it, and part of the way of managing it is through work. So we need to sort of have I need to think about how to improve our mindset. You're going to go into depression, but how do you say to yourself, I need to be working to help my depression, and so I need to probably go for a lot of the problems that might be causing that. And I think that's my main point is, because if we don't, those jobs will be replaced, and we won't have those options, and we have options now. So let's try to get the options, let's try to make most of it while we can. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. And this was a tough one. If you got to this point in the video, this is probably a tough one. You probably disagree with me. You probably didn't watch this far, so you probably like I'm talking for nothing at this point. Please subscribe. I do want to create a community and a network of people and join people. I'm be working alongside this. This is not my job. This is my hobby. This is my passion. So I'm not making money off this. This is just something I'm doing. Please join in. Please help out by subscribing, commenting, and disagreeing. I'm not going to agree. I'm going to listen back all the time, but disagreeing is good because it helps with the comments and it helps with the feed. Thank you very much.